many years ago, a colleague of mine told me I wasn't spending enough time on the vocal production. I showed him my work and he said, look, it sounds like you've spent 100 years on the drums, 1,000 years on the guitars. The vocals, all you've done is put on a compression, EQ, and a bit of reverb. It needs to be the other way around. 80% of the effort needs to go into the vocals and 20% in the rest. Now, I'm using rough ratios here, but the point was absolutely true. I was doing nothing sophisticated with the vocals. I want to share with you the vocal chain that I currently use in my mix template. It's pretty complicated, but what I want you to get from it is inspiration to start thinking about your vocal mixing in a more sophisticated way. Even if you just add one or two of these concepts and move that vocal sound forward. Let's have a look. So I start with, and sorry if the audio is bad when I turn it around. So I have my audio tracks up here, and I generally split a vocal into verse and chorus, and sometimes bridge. And in that, I'm going to do some inline processing, like some de-essing and just some gentle leveling. I also use Melodyne for dynamic control and sibilance control at this point. Then these feed my vocal verse bus and my vocal chorus bus, which go down to my template. So I'll bring the mixer up. This is my verse vocal channel and my chorus vocal channel. And these are kind of mirrored with, generally speaking, mirrored with their sends and inserts, but each has a slightly different setting. So I've got some saturation with a little bit more saturation on the chorus, channel strip, fairly standard stuff. Often the chorus will be slightly brighter, so we get a just subtle jump into the chorus. I have soothe on there for some sibilance control. For this particular song, I used DAW cassette because I wanted some sort of lo-fi sound in the verse. And then I have Waves Vocal Rider. Then I have a short reverb, which is a plugin, long reverb plugin, slap echo plugin, lush reverb, that's like Valhalla Shimmer or Shimmer from Eventide, spot echo, so that's for your delay throws. And then I have my hardware send. So I've got a Lexicon hardware reverb here. I've got, this is a Kurzweil hardware reverb. Hardware 3 feeds, I can feed whatever I want, but generally I have it to a line 6 delay, whatever it's called, the green one. Effects 3 often feeds my plate reverb or a spring reverb. Effects 4 often feeds either maybe the spring if I've got the plate, or I have this thing called a publis and fulmos, which does this sort of high frequency parallel sort of blend secret trick that people do, and a distortion which goes to in this case an Alicia character. So they're the channels, and I can set different levels on those sends going to the different sections of the song. So more or less reverb in the chorus versus the verse. But here's where it gets also more sophisticated. Another reason why Pro Tools is essential for pro mixing. So I'm not sure if you can see here, but my output actually feeds 4 physical outs, which go to hardware compressors. This X channel, I'm not going to share what that does yet. Maybe I'll share that in the future. I might keep that as a secret source. It also feeds my vocal key, so I can immediately chuck up track spacer or something on an instrument that's getting in the way of the vocals, and all I need to do is assign the side chain. It's done. It's already sent from my vocal. And I have Vox Slam verse, and on the chorus it's mirrored, but I also have Vox Slam chorus. So Vox Slam verse and chorus are over here. This has, in this case, L1 limiter, and it also mirrors my sends that are linked. So if I turn up this short reverb, it turns up that short reverb. So that gives me, straight out of the box, so much control and flexibility over my vocal sound. Now, am I using all 10 sends every time? Absolutely not. But what it means is I've got instant access to sounds that I use all the time. So the Kurzweil is more of an ambient reverb. The Lexicon is a lush, long reverb. The distortion's there if I want it. So start thinking about how you can improve your vocal mixing production.